What's up today, my fellow Madden soldiers? So what I'm going to be doing right now is going over my top defensive players that I like using throughout the years for the Dallas Cowboy theme team. In other videos, I'll probably be doing just in general the top defensive players I like using throughout the year, whether it be Cowboys or from another team or whatever the case may be. But for this video, it's just going to be for the Dallas Cowboy theme team, the top defensive players that I like using throughout the years. I'll talk about, like I said, through some of the other ones that I like using in the beginning, the low overalls, and I'm going to talk about the current ones that I like using now. And for that, I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to start off on my actually defensive team. And then I'll just, because there's some of the players that are on the team already that actually got upgrades. So I'll speak about their lower overalls as well as their higher overalls and how effective they are. But this is right here what you're seeing, especially if you're just tuning in for the first time, a pure defensive Dallas Cowboy theme team. Everybody on this team is a Cowboy player and have played for the Cowboys, just to let you guys know that. And it's fully juiced up. Look at Jay Ratliff all the way up to a 98. We got some goons, man, but let me go ahead and get into it. I would say to start off is Kunal, I can't even pronounce his name, but we'll say Neil. He has been very effective. His lower overall, 81 overall, was one of the best strong safeties we had in the beginning, because we didn't have a strong safety for a minute on the Dallas Cowboy theme team. Only Cam Chancellor, which technically wasn't a Cowboy, but to begin with, he was actually one of my favorite defensive players because he was only the strong safety and he was actually out there making it happen on the field when it comes to his low overall. Once he got upgrades, it just made him better. But by the time he got upgrades, I mean, we already had a lot of better players. So I do use him like as a middle linebacker, substitute middle linebacker and stuff like that. He is pretty decent. But in the beginning of the year, he was much more effective because it's all we had. Now we have more safeties, so it is a little bit different. All right, so now we're gonna go. Well, look at. So as I'm speaking about this, I'm not speaking about in order of, oh, this is the top one to the lowest one. I'm gonna say my favorite one. So I'm just going over the team and showing you guys my favorite defensive players throughout the year, as well as the ones that my favorite defensive players now. So Neil is not my favorite defensive player now, but he was in the beginning because he's all we had. Micah Parsons, both. He was because he was an 87 overall in the beginning, right? Yeah, 87 overall. So he was a goon in the beginning and a goon now. So you guys already know, not only Cowboy players, but Cowboy fans, but non-Cowboy fans love this Michael Parsons. This guy was a goon in the beginning, still a goon now, and any upgrades, his cards, I think even to this day, are going for more than what they're supposed to be going for, considering the overall of the cards, because he is, if not the top defender, one of the best linebackers in the game, and you can use him as a pass rusher. So definitely he is one of my best. Another one I would have to say is DeMarcus Ware. Whether his lower overall, he didn't have too much of a low overall. I think his first one was like at 94 or something like that, but he did have two upgrades. He did get 99 gold, but we have him up to a 99 with blue cams. But from the beginning, from the first card to his last card, straight goon. I'm telling you right now, Dante Fowler, if he wasn't producing, I'll put DeMarcus. I'm going to have to switch him out anyway. I keep on forgetting when I do gameplays, but eventually he'll go in again because they're both just as good. Both of these players are good, right? So that's what I will say about that. This Roy Williams. Should I even have to say a lot about this Roy Williams card? This Roy Williams card is, I mean, he hasn't got an upgrade. This is his first card, so he hasn't even got no other upgrades or anything, right? But this card, even to this day, is very effective. I wouldn't say he's my favorite card now because we got, better players that I can actually use, which I use Ed Tutal Jones as a free safety, but he's still good. I could use him, substitute him in as a middle linebacker and other things like that, or other positions. But in the beginning, love this. Man, this card was insane, picking off everything. So I will say that. All right. Where's the other one at? So, Randy Gregory. Whether I'm using him or not, majority of the time I'm not even using him because he's good on his own, but this guy was always breaking through, sacking the QB or chasing him down on his own. I love this card from the beginning to the end. So I will say that. Of course, Deion Sanders always, from the first card to get to the last card, is always good. So I would just go that, just to go give you a little bit of history in the beginning of the cards that were effective for me. Now I'm going to get into the cards that I like now. The cards that we have that I like now that make it happen out there, and I'm always hearing their names. Maybe there's some that are better that I really don't hear their names, but I'm going to tell you the ones that I like now. And we're going to start off with, who should we go? Ah, man. Even though I have Everson Walls as my backup, it's really not to be disrespectful. I just, changed it up to give Chobozio Awuzie a chance out there, which he's been locked down. But honestly, I'm going to have to tell you guys, man, Everson Walls was one of my best quarterbacks in the game, not only throughout the year, but even now. Like, this card has been insane. I always told you guys that, and I even said once he gets upgraded, it'll be even 100 times even better, which he was. I don't even know how you could get that, considering that he was a decent card already. So he was one of my best cornerbacks, and I'm not even lying. Like, he's very effective on the team when he first came out, as well as now. Another one, Deion Sanders. Let me tell you something. His other cards in previous Maddens, some were cool, some were, it felt like they lost their touch. But this year, this Deion Sanders card from beginning to end to right now, I leave him as my starter because he's always making it happen. At 6 foot, this guy act like he's 10 foot out there, but he's always getting interceptions, jumping from the ball to nowhere, and he's just making it happen out there. I know I'm going to all my corners. I want to name all the corners off because they're all good. But Chobozio Awuzie, you guys been seeing my gameplays. This guy's been locked down, and he's my second cornerback, and he's the main one making a lot of plays. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's one of my favorite cards right now. Let me see what else. Randy Gregg is always going to be my favorite. Tony Casillas, he's been stepping it up. I won't say he's a favorite right now, but he's actually been pretty decent. Okay. I would have to go with this Ed Too Tall Jones because we didn't have a safety, and I had to think of a creative way of like, okay, Roy Williams is a 95 overall, but he doesn't have the stats that cornerback Ed Too Tall Jones have. So I had to figure out a way to make an updated free safety for our squad so he could be much more effective out there as we're out there grinding and doing, getting these game plays, grinding out there and just playing the game. So Ed Too Tall Jones happened to be the best pick, and you guys seen from the gameplay he has been making it happen out there because he is 99 speed, all right? And he's 95 overall as a free safety, which is pretty decent because he still has all his attributes there and still very effective because I go ahead and click on it and you guys will see right here. Let's go ahead and go to it. Look at that. 99 speed. Look at that. 94 press, 99 zone, 97 man, 99 press, 99 jumping, 99 agility, 99 acceleration. Comes in at 6'9". And you guys seen from the gameplay once again how effective he was out there. So I will say that there's Charles Hady's good, all these other cards good, but I just want to name the one that's I'm always hearing about. Randy Gregory throughout the year. Even to this day. I haven't had him in the game yet, but I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to switch him out for Everson Griffin. I haven't heard much from Everson Griffin. Maybe it's the way I position him. I have no idea. But this Randy Gregory was everywhere. Everywhere. Like everywhere. I wish he had 99 gold. He was everywhere on that field. A straight goon. So I will say that about him. But anyways, them are my top defensive players that I like using throughout the year. Of course, I want to sit here and name every single one of them, but them are the ones that's actually been making noise for me. Please let me know in the comment section what top defensive players were good for you throughout the year, whether a Cowboy theme team, another theme team, or just players in general. Go ahead and name them for me and let me know, because these were my top ones from the beginning, and some that are still now, and some new ones that actually came about that are actually good for the team now. But anyways, there it is there. If you guys like seeing what's seen, drop a like on the video. If you guys need sub to the channel, there will be more great, amazing content coming your way. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I'm out.